motion before you is to either sustain the planning commission or the Board of Zoning Appeals recommendation, or to perhaps send it back, or whatever you want to do, I don't know.
I would move we accept the zoning board's recommendation and deny it. He can put in another one to the zoning board if he needs to.
I have a question before.
We have a motion.
You gotta get a second.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right, Mr. Dahl.
Mark, what would you propose to build on there if this was not approved and if there wasn't any further action on
Well, I guess for me, it was a better lot for the twin home, I think, because most people, they're looking at smaller yards and stuff, and I realize it's kind of small in there. It's just kind of a mess, even for anything, because everything's built so close. Even the Gomez's house is built 3 feet off the property line, The other way, everything's just so cramped and tight in there. So even for any kind of a backyard, because if you turned the house and you put a house on and ran it the opposite way direction, well, you couldn't have the garage coming off that street, coming off that street. So that kind of kills that way, because that would be the logical way, But the problem we're fighting with,
Yeah.
the problem we go either way. On a corner lot, you fight with new codes. You fight 25. So literally off the street, you want 35 feet back. So there's literally not going to be a whole lot left to deal with. And I get, and yet my issues even for in the back part. Then, can the board tell me that much as far as what's even going to be acceptable? As far as because we can't change the where the garages came in from Maple, because that follows the rest of the houses. I mean, I understand that, but if you try to make the backyard, like I said, to have 30, there'd only be 16 feet left, literally on the whole thing. So nothing will ever meet new codes if they're ever going to put anything in. I mean, I understand that, but I hate to bring it back around, because to me, I'd rather sell the property because it's worthless, basically. Because I was left to presume back when they were doing the property, they could follow the old footprint, but we started looking at that. Because we're not, our problem is we're more rectangular shaped, and the other house had jogs. It went out, we're going up probably 6, 7 feet further, because I'm pulling it off the other property too. Because he was close to 80 feet, but he went from the property line, and we're pulling it off of that. And plus, it was just it was just a bump out section there, and then it returned back, and there was several jogs in the house. So I guess I'd like information. What do you think the council will ever want to pass? Because it'll fall to you eventually.
So, do I understand, Kathy, that the Colvinson, or your house is 3 feet from the property line?
Theirs? I don't know.
I'm not sure about that. I don't know.
I mean,
I just know that what he's
Well, you've got
proposing is a lot
you got the
bigger.
house, and then it comes down like this,
Yeah, it
right?
drops.
So
It's a
where's
little
your
slow.
Their deck
bottom of
probably
the slope
comes-
or the top of the slope?
But I really don't think the house that was there before was 80 foot. That was a small little 2-story with a little
We're
bitty
just-
garage.
Yeah, we're just measuring off kind of like where they refilled the holes, because we didn't measure before.
I've got pictures of the house. I can dig them out for you.
But I guess,
But like Kyle said, if they put a house on here that fronts Maple Street, and if they're 10 feet from the Colvinson property, that meets the code. And if they can meet the 25-25, then they have only one variance left, and that would be the backyard. And so if you could get a structure in there where you meet 3 sides, I think that's what Mark is asking too, is how many, or what would be acceptable? And would it be acceptable to have 1 variance instead of 3 to get a structure on that lot?
If you met your 2 side variances, you'd have a 64 by 34 structure. and that we were only dealing with the rear variance then.
Correct.
And that's not, that's what,
How many people
I don't
showed
know.
up for the hearing?
3, I believe.
Yeah, 3.
But not, not just throwing anything in there, but I'm not about to construct, a house in there right now, because there's no market for them. So, I mean,
Your work gonna start tomorrow.
the only reason we're pursuing it because somebody had looked at, well, somebody really wants one side, and I just said, we have to see what'll happen. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. That's our only issue.
I think they can adjust to make you happy. Is there anything that's gonna go in there that's gonna make you happy?
Well, yeah, I really would like to see it,
So-
I'd like to see a house there,
Yeah.
and I think his homes are beautiful that he
Yeah.
builds, but that's too big for that lot, you just can't do that. And I encourage him to get a bigger lot and put up more of the duplexes, put them up all over town, but not on that lot.
And
And
so,
I'd like to see him there.
so if I could ask, and I didn't hear your testimony, are you opposed necessarily to the 14-foot backyard, his backyard, to your house? Or are you more opposed to the sticking it out toward Park Avenue further?
I'm opposed to having that structure take up the whole lot.
Yeah, so if his sidewall came back off of Park by 11 feet, and he was the same as you are,
If it were, because that is nice
Yeah.
to look out and see a front line, to see grass around every
Right.
home.
but you'd find that acceptable.
I'd like to see a proposal, I'd like to see his blueprint, I'd like to see,
It would look like then, Mark, you're looking at roughly a 2,200 square foot building area. You pick how you put it on there.
I guess the catch in the back, will
Yeah.
the 14 feet, will we be, is that even, like you're saying, is that even acceptable
It's,
part or not?
I don't think that's unacceptable. I think
Because right now,
everybody
like even
realizes.
Tobin's house goes
Yeah.
back probably at least 8 feet
Yeah.
beyond that.
I think you're down to arguing one variance,
Yeah.
and it sounds like from, the consensus here is that one variance is easy to understand, 3 is a bit
And
much.
that's fine. But it'll be nothing soon anyway, so it won't
Sure.
matter.
What kind of structure would you build on that lot if there was only one variance? You wouldn't be able to have a twin,
No.
no.
Just probably, I wouldn't, I'd probably put it for sale, probably, because we don't do too many specs, not in an old part of town. They're just not as desirable, just to be totally honest.
I call the question.
Because the valuation on my lot is as high as, anything in the new areas.
I'm gonna call it to a vote, okay? Thank you. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
No.
Motion passes with Mr. Dahl opposed.